Once upon a time, in the Whispering Willow Woods, there lived a squirrel named Sammy and a rabbit named Ricky. They were best friends who loved to play together all day long. Sammy would scamper up and down trees, while Ricky hopped through the lush green meadows. They had so much fun together that sometimes they even forgot to eat. One day, as they were playing hide-and-seek in the woods, they stumbled upon an old oak tree that had fallen across a stream. The stream was their favorite place to cool off on hot summer days. But now, it looked like they wouldn't be able to play there anymore. Sammy and Ricky felt sad as they sat under the fallen tree, gazing at the broken stream. Suddenly, they got an idea. Why not work together to move the tree out of the way so they could use their favorite spot again? They agreed that this would be a great project and started brainstorming ways to do it. Over the next few days, Sammy and Ricky gathered sticks, rocks, and anything else they thought might help them move the heavy oak tree. They pushed and pulled with all their might until finally, one sunny morning, they managed to lift it off the stream. Exhausted but proud of themselves, they sat down by the newly freed water and watched as it flowed smoothly once more. "Thank you for helping me, Ricky," said Sammy with a big smile. "And thank you for helping me, Sammy," replied Ricky, equally happy. From that day on, they continued to play together in their favorite spot by the stream, knowing that working together had achieved something great. As the seasons changed, Sammy and Ricky's friendship grew stronger. They spent every day together, exploring new parts of Whispering Willow Woods and helping other animals along the way. One day, they came across an old bird's nest that had fallen from a tree. The mother bird was nowhere to be found, but there were 3 tiny eggs still in the nest. Sammy and Ricky knew they had to help those baby birds grow up strong and healthy, so they decided to move the nest to a safer spot where it wouldn't get wet or blown away by the wind. They carefully picked up the nest with their teeth and carried it to a sturdy branch of a nearby tree. Then they gently placed the nest in its new home. Days turned into weeks, and soon enough, 3 fluffy baby birds hatched from their cozy new home. Sammy and Ricky watched over them, making sure they were fed and safe. As the baby birds grew bigger and stronger, they too became friends with Sammy and Ricky. The 4 of them would spend hours playing together, flying through the air and chirping joyfully. Sammy and Ricky knew that their friendship had brought happiness not only to themselves, but also to others around them. They continued to help out in Whispering Willow Woods, always there for a friend when they needed someone the most. And as night fell upon them, they'd snuggle up together under a blanket of stars and drift off to sleep, dreaming of new adventures and the many friends they had made along the way. One day, as Sammy and Ricky were playing in the woods, they heard a soft meowing sound coming from a nearby bush. Curious, they went to investigate and found a tiny kitten stuck in a thorny rose bush. The poor thing was scared and hurt, with scratches all over its delicate little body. Sammy and Ricky knew they had to help the kitten, so they carefully picked it out of the bush and carried it back to their treehouse. They cleaned off the thorns and bruises as best they could, making sure not to hurt the little one any further. Then they snuggled up with the kitten, letting it warm up in their gentle embrace. As they sat there, watching over the sleeping kitten, they realized that helping others was a big part of their friendship. They had always been there for each other when times were tough, and now they were extending that help to all the animals in Whispering Willow Woods. And as the kitten purred softly in their laps, Sammy and Ricky knew that their bond would only grow stronger with every kind act they made together. The next day, Sammy and Ricky set out to find the kitten's family. After searching high and low, they finally found a mama cat who was missing one of her babies. They explained what had happened and showed her where they had been staying with the little one. The mama cat was overjoyed to have her baby back and thanked Sammy and Ricky profusely for their help. From that day on, Sammy, Ricky, and the kitten were inseparable. They would play together all day long, chasing each other through the woods and cuddling up under the warm summer sun. And as the seasons changed once again, Sammy and Ricky knew that their friendship with the kitten had made Whispering Willow Woods an even happier place to be. As night fell upon them, they'd snuggle up together under a blanket of stars and drift off to sleep, dreaming of new adventures and the many friends they had made along the way. And as they slept soundly in their treehouse, they knew that tomorrow would bring more laughter, more love, and many more memories to cherish forever.